welcome you to coverage of the Budweiser All-Star Series here on the Prodigy Racing Network. It's a beautiful day here in Joliet, Illinois, for today's running of the Lowe's Father's Day Classic from Chicagoland Speedway. Hello, everybody. This is Nicholas Koskinen, your head commentator with the Prodigy Racing Network. Let's take a look at our track facts today here from Chicagoland Speedway. Oh my God, you can barely see the text. It's 87 degrees here at Joliet and a beautiful day for racing on top of all that. Let's take a look at your points heading into today's race. And Ryan Hill leads us in the point standings by over 200 points. He finished second, or actually, yeah, he did. No, yeah, he did finish second, did he? No, he didn't. I am very sorry. But either way, he did get a top 3 at yesterday's event, so he pulls away by over 200 points. Greg Ramirez, your race winner from yesterday. Beautiful job by that number 20 machine. Almost got passed up by Ryan Hill in the final part of the race. He's gotten himself back into the top 5 in the point standings. Brian Cox has moved up 3 positions since his last points standings position. And that's enough of that as we get ready to head down trackside for the command. Let's take a look at your starting lineup presented by Xfinity, the official timing partner of the Budweiser All-Star Series. And let's take a look at your starting lineup here. Ryan Hill, the second place finisher from Richmond, from day 2 of the Budweiser Stock Car Festival, already has one marquee win on his calendar, or on his record. Looking to win another crown jewel race as he starts on pole today alongside Sheldon Gatineau, getting his highest starting position of the season, and as well as his teammate Alex McCumber also getting his highest starting position. He'll be starting in 3rd alongside Miranda Nagai in her highest starting position in a while. She starts in 4th place alongside race winner Greg Ramirez in the number 20 New Era Toyota Camry. Bringing out a brand new paint scheme is Tracy Bennett starting in 6th place. He'll be starting with a brand new O'Reilly Auto Parts paint scheme. And look at all the hardware on his car. He's loaded with sponsors. I think that team will be just fine as he starts 6th place. 7th place is Nicholas Uffelman, starting alongside the number 27 of James Garcia. After that is Rick Taylor starting alongside Hayden Benning. Darren Claw did not have a very good starting position. He'll be starting alongside one of the rejects in Michael Brewer, who had an incredible race yesterday. Daniel Van Heuvel had an amazing race up until the first wreck until the caution came out, in which he was involved in a wreck with Nicholas Uffelman. He hopes his fortunes will be just a little bit better today as he starts alongside Drew Foster. The worst starting Joe Gibbs driver will be starting along in Paul Rivera. Almost had a win in his grasp a couple of days ago. He'll be starting alongside Byron Martin. Brian Cox just moved into 4th place in the standings, but he's not starting very well today. He'll be alongside Jordan McClure in the Xfinity Ford Fusion. And starting in 20th place in his EA Sports Formula 1 22 Chevrolet SS, number 45 of Ryan Apt. Sam Fitzgerald coming off of 2 consecutive last place finishes. He's starting in 21st with his Doug's Shootin' Sports Toyota Camry. In 22nd place will be Travis Creighton in his Potter Racing Chevy alongside Tadhuri Bhattacharya in the Akash DTH Ford Fusion. Sorry, I had to recount. In 23rd position, Jesus Gonzalez got a top 10 finish in his last time out. He starts alongside Jake Wilds. Daniel Walker, his Wild Family Racing teammate, will be starting in 25th alongside the 79 of Dennis Key in the Pinnacle Bank Ford Fusion. And finally, rounding out the field again with another last place starting spot will be the 85 of Carter Brown as he looks to stay away from the last place mark. He is currently sitting 25th in the points standings. Well, it should be an absolutely incredible day for racing. The Chicagoland Speedway opened in 2001, was part of the NASCAR Winston Cup Series schedule in 2001. Before that, was host to the IndyCar Series, or the Indy Racing League, now known as the NTT IndyCar Series. Hasn't hosted a NASCAR event since 2020. Used to be the host of the NASCAR Cup Series, the ARCA Menards Series, and the Camping Wheel Truck Series, as well as the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And also IndyCar no longer comes here. Cannot tell you who. I think that apparently the property that this place is on is being sold, so this speedway might not be around for much longer, but we're just going to have to see what time will tell for this racetrack. But here in NR 2003, we don't have to worry about any of that. It's time to go racing. Drivers, start your engines.
Drivers, to your cars.
And as the pace car rolls off, our Dodge Charger pace car. And as our drivers roll off here in Chicagoland, which is not even close to this is pretty much a couple, I'd say about maybe 10 or 15 miles south of the Chicago Metro. And there's O'Reilly. There's Tracy Bennett's sponsor there, showing up on the billboards. Hoping to see some production from that O'Reilly Chevrolet today. And I'm going to give my pick to win, presented by Menards. And my pick to win today, well, it's going to be Tracy Bennett. It's about due time for him to get his first win of the season. Ryan Hill, with his massive 200-point lead in the standings, I think he's going to be taking it quite easy today. And it's time we might see a brand new winner come into the fold again. Greg Ramirez, speaking of new winners, starting in 7th today, starting in 5th today. Let's see what he can do as well. I'm expecting him to have a solid top 3 performance today as well. Green flag in the air here, and we are live from the Lowe's Father's Day Classic at Chicagoland. Ryan Hill moving out quite a ways as his teammate Miranda Nagain. They're going to take it almost 4 wide coming down the back straightaway. I call it a back straightaway, but that straightaway is actually curved. I call it the backstretch with Peyronie's disease. It's pretty much just a bent back straightaway. Here comes Sheldon Gatineau. And the Toyota's really got the power. We got 3 wide between Nicholas Uffelman, Rick Taylor, and Tracy Bennett. Here comes Sheldon Gatineau looking for the lead as Ryan Hill leads the first lap of the day here in Chicagoland. But here comes Greg Ramirez. And the thing about Chicagoland Speedway, it is such a fast track. There's multiple ways to pass here. It's what we call a multi-groove raceway, a multi-groove racetrack. You can pretty much go anywhere on the track and have the same speed and have pretty much the same advantage. So this is a track with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. And that's what makes Chicagoland such a favorite. They were just 3 wide. Gatineau, Ramirez, and Hill were just 3 wide. This is going to be racing like a super speedway here. I have this on simulation mode, so this is just the way that these guys set up the track to be for the CTS physics. I did not do anything with the track I&I. These guys are running at 100% difficulty. The track I&I is just left virtually untouched from how BBMC arranged it. This AI is just doing this super speedway racing all by themselves. This is what you would see with an IndyCar race at Chicagoland. Then again, in the IRL races, they pretty much do run like this. The front does get spread out a little way. Oh, here comes Darren Claw. Came in from the middle of the race. Come in from the middle of the pack. And Rick Taylor is in 2nd place. That's a surprise. I thought I saw somebody get a little bit tight going through the corner. I think that was Ryan Hill. Jesus Gonzalez. And he's being scored 7th place. The driver out of Mexico is currently just slaughtering the rest of the rejects. I don't think I can even call him a reject with how his car has been. He's with one of the worst teams in the pack. Actually, there's rumors that Gonzalez could be going to to either Joe Gibbs Racing or for a second car at MPH Motorsports next year. And if he does get that spot, well, I am confident he deserves it. Oh, we had contact there between Rick Taylor and Greg Ramirez. And these two are not letting each other get far away from each other. Rick Taylor coming out of Ohio, just a little ways from Dayton. And he's looking for his first win of the season. We're coming to almost 60 laps to go when they cross the line next time by. And it's been an exciting start to the race. 3 wide and they're in the middle of the pack. And oddly enough, it's the Joe Gibbs Racing cars having issues today. They're not really up toward the front that much. We only see there's only one Joe Gibbs Racing car in the top 5 right now consistently, and that would be Greg Ramirez, the race winner from last night. Let's see if he can get 2 in a row here. Tracy Bennett, we talked about him earlier during the pace laps. He's really making his way up toward the front here. Tracy Bennett in 3rd place. He's down on the bottom. Greg Ramirez gave up the top side. And if Jesus Gonzalez can give him a nice push here, we'll just see. But Gonzalez going down to the bottom. He might get some help from the 19 of Paul Rivera. And Gonzalez looking for a top 3 here. He's got the machine to do it. But let's see what can happen with that 90 car. And it's going to be 3 wide coming down the front straightaway. This does not look good. Sheldon Gatno, Paul Rivera, and Darren Claw within mere inches. Now it's Byron Martin, Hayden Benning, and Darren Claw getting a little too impatient there. You might see a wreck here very, very shortly. These guys are bunched way together. The top 3 is not that far apart either. As Bennett, Ramirez, and I thought I saw smoke. I did not see smoke, and the flagman is not waving the yellow, so I guess I must have been just seeing things out of the corner of my eye that aren't there. Gonzalez is dropping all the way back. He was scored 10th at the line. Rick Taylor is your leader here in Chicago. This is racing like modern-day Atlanta. Ryan Hill, he's going to shove the 48 up the track. We've seen him be aggressive this season, but we did not expect that. 48 coming over the radio. He's got a couple expletives hurled at the 18. He is not happy with what the 18 did this early in the race. Daniel Van Hewley, we also see going toward the front. He's making a massive charge toward the front of the pack. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the driver coming out of South Carolina. These guys are just being incredibly patient. It's kind of surprising, actually, to see how patient these drivers are willing to be. Tracy Bennett going down to the bottom. He's going to capitalize off Ryan Hill's mistake. Hill is not in the draft. He's not getting any help. And if this really is racing like a super speedway, the draft is important here in this racetrack. Let's take a look toward the back. It looks like even the back markers are being somewhat competitive. Jake Wild and Sam Fitzgerald not too far away from each other. Carter Brown, Daniel Walker. I think that's Michael Brewer. We're just going to have to see. No, that's Hayden Benning, actually. Never mind. Even they have some speed coming off the corners. Jesus Gonzalez is all the way in the back. Now we got a little bit of brake checking going on in turn 2. I don't know what's going on with the Menards cars. Brandon the Guyan looked like she was in a little bit of trouble back there. Tracy Bennett on the bottom to Greg Ramirez. They might take it 3 wide coming through the tri-oval. Ryan Apt makes his way up to 4th place. He's looking for another top 5. Did not get the result he wanted at Richmond yesterday. Bennett is right there on the back bumper of Ramirez. We might see a wreck here. Somebody's going to wreck. They cannot hold this forever. Tracy Bennett's teammate Drew Foster nowhere in the picture. In fact, he's not even back there battling for a top 10 or even a top 15 for that matter. He was scored 19th last time by. He'll be scored 18th this time. He did improve, but he got passed by Jesus Gonzalez. He's back in the 19th. Shahuri Bhattacharya coming in from 20th position. He's looking to overtake that 47 car. There are battles all over the track here, and this has been a really good race thus far. Ryan App brake checks the 18 a little bit. The Ryan and Ryan show continuing here in Chicago. Ryan Hill looking to the inside. They want to take it 3 wide. 3 wide. Nope, they're not. Tracy Bennett backs off. Daniel Van Heuly gives a massive shove to the 18. If one of them gets loose coming off the corner, we might see a massive pileup here, because this is the closest we've seen them race all season on these ovals. Greg Ramirez and Rick Taylor have gone at each other's throats all day. I'm going to give an update as to when our halftime is, or when we're going to give away the halfway bonus, rather. Oh, look at them. They're all bunched together. I'm trying to calculate when halfway is, and I can't keep my eye off for long in case one of them wrecks. So after lap 33, so once they enter lap 34 is when the halfway bonus will be. So lap 33 will be the white flag for that. We're halfway to the halfway bonus, almost a quarter of the way through the race. Look how squirrely they are going up toward the front. Now this is pack racing. Did not expect to see this today. I thought it was going to be a lot more strung out than this right here. Chicagoland Speedway. Oh, the 47 puts a little bit of a block on the 57. Could have caused a massive wreck there. Sam Fitzgerald is looking not to finish last for the 3rd time in a row today. The 43-year-old out of Taylorville, Utah, has not had a string of good races today. In fact, this week. In fact, if he does finish last, say, like we said, it will be his 3rd consecutive last place finish. And we're looking at 4 wide on the back straightaway. In NR 2003, if they go 4 wide, it pretty much means that they're going to wreck. I don't think I like this. Toward the back, they're a lot more strung out than here in the middle of the pack. They're 3 wide in consecutive rows here. And now it's going to be a Joe Gibbs battle once again. Daniel Van Heuly, not a Joe Gibbs car, but he is a Toyota. He's battling for 2nd. Ryan Hill on the inside trying to get revenge for how Greg Ramirez raced him at Richmond. He was not able to pass that 20 car at day 2 of the Stock Car Festival, and that cost him a weekend sweep. He's looking to get past that 20 car if Daniel Van Heuly doesn't wreck him coming out of the corner. I'm kind of anxious how this is going to turn out here. A new challenger has entered the fray. It is Colorado winner Jordan McClure for Tift Racing. And his teammate Byron Martin is out in 6th place right now. This is the highest he's been most of the season. So we're just going to have to see how all that pans out. Ryan Hill on the bottom. Hill is looking to get past that 20 car. Let's see if he can do that. Oh, this is a really good camera angle for this racetrack. You see the overtime line right there. Fuck that thing. Daniel Van Heuly on the top. He's losing positions. And he's going to fall back to 4th as Jordan McClure is racing him side by side coming to the line. He's going to be scored 3rd. And now McClure's got to try and get past Ryan Hill. Miranda Nagayan on the bottom being pushed by Byron Martin. This track is only 1.5 miles long. It's a quote-unquote cookie-cutter track. And yet it's racing like Talladega today. This is incredible. Greg Ramirez has probably the largest margin of the day. Diving down to the bottom, let's see what his margin is. He has gained 0.03 of a second as they cross the line, but the draft is making sure that he doesn't pull away too much here. Miranda Nagayan giving that push to fellow Toyota driver Daniel Van Heuly. Now she's going to move to the move to the center and get pushed by James Garcia. Garcia moves to the bottom and pushes Daniel Van Heuly 3 wide coming off of turn 3. They're all packed together. They cannot afford a mistake here. Nagayan pushes pushes Van Heuly down to the bottom. That was a bit of a questionable move by the target Toyota. Can't do that when there's people literally inches away from you in every single direction. Brandon Nagayan being pushed up toward the wall by Garcia. Looks like he wasn't very happy with what he saw there. Tracy Bennett giving him a shove on the bottom. Daniel Van Heuly moving to the top side. He's going to block Nagayan. Moving back to the bottom. And it's a battle for second between McClure and Ramirez. Or sorry, Rivera. And we do have a lap car now. It's the 15. Is there potentially damage to that number 15 car? I'm kind of curious because he was doing just fine earlier. There doesn't look like there's any side damage to that 15 car, so it might just be him being naturally slow. But he's going to hold up Greg Ramirez, and this might cause an accident. And it does. We see contact. The 19 gets shoved. He gets a little bit loose coming off the corner. What are you doing? Walker's going to cause an accident. They're 4 wide. They are 4 wide. They're all bunched up. And that's costing people valuable positions. I don't know. And this is unlike at Richmond, this is a very dangerous situation to be in. Because this could cause a massive accident. The 11 bounces off the wall just a little bit here. And a lot of drivers upset over the radio. We're probably going to hear a lot about that at post-race today. We almost saw our first caution of the day. Miranda Nagayan is back with the rejects now. I believe she did scrape the wall just a little bit. Puppy looks fine on the side of the door, so I guess she was okay. That does straighten out the field just a little bit. We are close to halfway here in Chicagoland. Tracy Bennett on the bottom, taking it 3 wide. And Tracy Bennett is also looking for his first win. Oh, we got problems. The 19 on the top side, almost 4 wide. Chadhudri Bhattacharya also on the very top side. They're scraping the wall. They got very lucky not to have been in an accident there, but that could have been scary. Daniel Van Heuly also way too close to the wall. We're seeing a lot of the drivers run the Larson line here at Chicagoland. And Miranda Nagayan is still out. She must be having some kind of issue because there's not that 11 car is just hanging in the back. Maybe those slower cars are preventing her from moving to the top. We got pit stops coming now. We've got pit stops. So it looks like some of the faster cars are coming in. Tracy Bennett leads them down pit lane. And Ryan Hill, obviously qualifying on the front row here. He's got the furthest pit box. And it looks like McClure is out of his box already. He might have just taken 2 on that stop. Tracy Bennett, I think he's going to win the race out of pit road, and he does. Bennett, followed by McClure, followed by Taylor, followed by McCumber, followed by Creighton. And that is your order coming out of pit lane. Here comes that second group coming into pit lane. Sheldon Gatineau has the highest pit box of that group. Miranda Nagayan just the last one to come into her box here. Chadhudri Bhattacharya and Paul Rivera out of their box here. Come on. And it looks like Rivera followed by Benning, followed by Bhattacharya, followed by Foster, followed by Gatineau. And they are 2 laps away from deciding who's going to get the halfway bonus. Is the 19 going to get up to speed in time? I kind of doubt it, but they're looking pretty solid coming through the corner. What's the 19 going to do? He's going to throw a block on Greg Ramirez. Now he's moving up to the top side, trying to get a draft off the 48 of Tracy Bennett. They're back into that pack racing kind of thing now. 1 to go to decide the halfway bonus. 19 he should be up to speed. And the 20 of Ramirez is pulling away. Then, as if I said Ramirez on that last one, I apologize. I meant Rivera. But Paul Ramirez, or Greg Ramirez, sorry. Your leader, he's going to dive down to the bottom, and he's going to get the 5 bonus points for leading at halfway. Now if we can just hold on for these final laps. He's got about 34 laps to go here. Tracy Bennett, we see it looks like he's having a ton of fun out there today. Ryan Hill, not in the position we expect him to be in. He's actually in 16th. Or close to 14th, rather. I think that's 14th. We'll see. No, he's in 15th. Now that he's about to get passed by Ryan Apt. And those pit stops really broke up the pack here. And the 19 still leading laps here in Chicago. Tracy Bennett on the bottom. The 20 has given up his spots. The 19 was leading coming out of pit lane, and now he's back into it. But here comes that Tift Racing Ford. The Fords will be potentially switching to Mustangs next season, so that will be interesting to see. A Mustang on a ARCA car. ARCA switched to the Ford Mustang earlier this year. I was watching the ARCA race at Berlin Raceway, and it was really interesting to see the Mustang on the Ford cars. It was awesome. So good thing ARCA is doing that, but they still keep the Chevy SS and the old model of Camry, so I don't understand that. Ryan Nagayan battling with Darren Claw. That's one of the few battles up front here. I feel like those pit stops have just broke apart the battles. We have the rejects to look at, but they're not going to be in a good competitive position for long. It's good to see 2 of the Potter Racing cars up front. That's Travis Creighton and Hayden Benning. I don't know where Michael Brewer is. And it's 3 wide coming off of turn 2. Down the backstretch into turn 3. And they've sustained 3 wide for about 3/4 of a mile. That's incredible. And it looks like we're going to start seeing some pack racing here once again. Almost 4 wide. The 47 to the back bumper. The 27. He makes contact. And to the lead is James Garcia for Paul Menard Racing. Looking to lead his first lap of the season. And he might just do that. He had a very poor start to the season. And now he has officially led a lap here in Chicagoland. Incredible to see in the team owner Paul Menard. 4 wide toward the... almost 4 wide. This is not going to work. That's not going to work, boys. Get out of there. Oh, I feel sick to my stomach. This is not going to end well. Chadhodri Bhattacharya has got 2 cars on his front. Oh, we got contact! Alex McCumber shoved to the bottom. They're going to wreck here shortly. We're coming to the end of the race. They're going to wreck here very shortly. Carter Brown is back there. He's... surprisingly, he was scored 11th on that last run. So that 85 is supposed to be a reject car, and that is that's the Golden Gate Racing Toyota battling for a top 10 spot with Joe Gibbs. That's incredible to see. Looks like Ryan Hill might not. Drew Foster was on pole for day one of the Budweiser Festival. Dropped back all the way and finished 14th in that race in that first race at Richmond. Didn't have much luck in the second race. Now he's up into the front. Here comes Chadhudri Bhattacharya. Started off the season pretty strong, and then had a string of bad races, and now he's just looking. He's looking for a victory here, and they are almost 24 laps away from it. 24 to go here in Chicago. There used to be a short track in the Chicago Metro, but that got abandoned by the NASCAR series, and it got switched over to the and they wouldn't return to the Chicago area until 2001. Like we said with Chicagoland Speedway, they left in 2021 for Nashville Super Speedway, and who knows the future of Chicagoland Speedway. But this track, actually the entire Chicago area, has a pretty good history with the Chicago. Or this Chicago area has a pretty good history with stock car racing in America. And there's actually rumors that there's going to be a Chicago street circuit in 2023. So it doesn't look like stock car racing will be leaving the Chicago area or the state of Illinois anytime soon. Chadhudri Bhattacharya looking for the lead here. He's got no help with Drew Foster on the top side. The superior side right now is that top side's got help. 3 wide. This is 3 wide for third between McCumber, Bennett, and Garcia. And Chadhudri Bhattacharya looking for the lead. Wood Brothers Racing. Wouldn't that be incredible if they got a victory? In the NASCAR Cup Series, the last time the Wood Brothers got a win was in 2011 at the 2011 Daytona 500, won by Trevor Bayne on his 20th birthday. A 21 car has not seen victory lane in stock car racing since. $20 to go here at Chicagoland. Now Bhattacharya's got a little bit of help, but he's going to stay in the middle side. I think he got a little tight in the corner. Might have gotten arrow tight. And Drew Foster is going to pull away just a little bit here. Greg Ramirez getting help from the 4 car. A little bit of contact between Ramirez and Bhattacharya. The driver coming, the 18-year-old out of Maiman Singh, Bangladesh, losing positions. He's now back into 5th place. And I think he got a little too tight coming off that corner there. I think that's what did him in there. He can still move up back to the front, but he's got to be able to make the right moves. Greg Ramirez in 3rd, diving to the bottom. Drew Foster still your leader. Rick Taylor. So many drivers could win this race. Oh, McCumber is going to shove Chadhudri Bhattacharya up the track. And a 21, I don't think is very happy with that at all. Let's see what he does coming down the tri-oval. Looks like he's moving down to the bottom just a little bit. He's moving down as far as he can. Moves up to the top side now near the wall. He's going to try and get that draft off of Drew Foster. Alex McCumber for New Age Racing looking for the lead here. And it's very cool to see these drivers trying to work together to get up to the front. This, oh, got a little bit of a swirly motion in the middle pack there for the battle for 10th. Actually, I think that was back in 8th or 9th place. 3 wide between Bhattacharya, Garcia, and Apt toward the back. I don't think we have any lappers other than the 15. I don't know what happened to that 15 car, but he's just not doing well. And now we got lap traffic problems. Again, Rick Taylor being held up by Daniel Walker. He's in last place now, 3 laps down, and now he's just holding up the field. Daniel Van Healy trying to work with his New Age Racing teammate. And these guys may be auditioning for jobs here next season. In the middle of the pack, Rick Taylor is still your leader. Sheldon Gatineau, he's going to take it 4 wide. They're going to brake check each other here. I'm not liking what I'm seeing, but I'm a little more confident that they'll make it out alive. They've been in this situation at least 3 times today, so I'm pretty sure they'll be okay. 3 wide, almost 4 wide, up toward that back part of the pack. Carter Brown is still in the mix here, and remember, with him being back there, he's currently in the top 20. So he's looking for a very solid finishing position here today. Ryan Hill might get his worst finish of the year, but we still have 12 laps to go before we can make a decision on that. Ryan App trying to get the draft out the 48 of Tracy Bennett. The leader is still Rick Taylor. Drew Foster still in second place. He's looking to be the first Lightning Bolt Racing Chevy to win this season. His teammate Tracy Bennett has been undoubtedly the number 1 driver all season, but the 47 might score the first win. He's probably the most likely to win here. He's already led a couple laps here today. 11 to go. Tracy Bennett is, just as we were talking about, he's going to move to the bottom and steal third. He might have help from Brian Cox. We have not talked about him all day. He's not been up toward that front battling for the lead. He's not been giving us much of a reason to talk about him. Now he's up battling for potentially third here. He is not helping Tracy Bennett at all. He might get the draft off of McClure, but that might just be dirty air right there. 10 to go here in Chicagoland, here at the Father's Day Classic. And the 47 now battling with the 4 side by side coming off 3. Entering turn 4. And that Apple Chevrolet, not the prettiest looking car on that track, but it could be the fastest. 9 to go. 3/100ths of a second is the margin splitting Rick Taylor and Drew Foster. Taylor did still lead that lap. Now here comes the number 1 in McClure looking for his 2nd win of the season. McClure already won a wreck field race. Contact! The 47 moves the 48 up the track. That's a teammate. Oh, golly, no! That's a teammate, as Darrell Waltrip would say. Rick Taylor benefits heavily from that contact. And I bet the 48 is a little bit upset. We got more contact. The 19 moving the 1 up the racetrack. As we come into the final 8 laps here, it's going to be a battle for every single position they can get. We're in the part of the season now where they're going to start getting as many points as they can. Let's take a look at your Xfinity fastest lap, speaking of points. And that goes to Travis Creighton in the number 77 car, currently your fastest lap with a 30.83. Very surprising. Potter Racing will get a pretty sizable check for that. Now they're single file here. And we got one coming down pit lane. It's Sam Fitzgerald. That might be a sign. Yeah, the 4 is hugging the bottom. They're coming in for one final round of green flag pit stops. Unless someone wrecks, then it's going to be yellow flag pit stops. And potentially a green-white checkered finish. Yeah, I knew when Fitzgerald came down pit lane. Oh, we got contact. Dennis Key was sent down to the bottom of the racetrack. Tracy Bennett just now coming out of pit road. And we got some newbies coming in the pit lane now. So the 19 was leading. I wonder what that's going to be now, because they're all coming in and out of pit lane. We're just going to have to see when the next car crosses the line what position's going to be then. Greg Ramirez has stayed out, so we'll just have to see. Right now, Drew Foster's being scored second. I don't think they've pitted yet. Oh, we got contact! Oh, Sam Fitzgerald sends him around. Caution is out here in Chicago. And that will send them around. Caution is out. And that changes everything. And the 20 car not very happy with the 10 there. Let's take a look at what that... And that took out the 19 of Paul Rivera. What a wreck. What an accident. And that brings out the first caution of the day. The 19 was trying to get down the pit lane, and the 10 just wouldn't let him go. And that's the problem with these lap cars, is they will not let these drivers... The 19 probably, if he would have slowed down, he probably would have been in the same situation. But that 10 car, oh, that's just horrendous right there. Ooh. And a hard lick for the 19. He does say that he is okay. He was limping that car back around to the pit lane when we last saw him. Oh. Oh, man, that is a horrendous crash for the 20 car. We're going to go on board with Sam Fitzgerald here in just a moment. I hope he's happy with himself. That's all I can say. Because you're on board with Sam Fitzgerald. And we got some new radio communication coming in from the 19. Saying, why did they allow this geriatric has-been to hold us up coming into pit lane? Those were his words coming into the pit lane, or after getting wrecked there. We're on board with Greg Ramirez. Or Paul Rivera, sorry. Ooh, man, you could just feel the force. And we're going to go on board with somebody that was in behind the 10 car. We're going to go on board with Sheldon Gatineau. And that 10, I think, might get a suspension, because that was a very dangerous move, for one. And you just can't do that. And we're just going to have to see. The caution lights are still on the pace car, and who is your leader? If it's the 90, then that's impressive. What? So the lights are still on the pace car. I think Gonzalez is a lap down. No, he's not. So what position is he in? Jesus Gonzalez might be your leader, but I can't really say for certain. Because if so, that's how you win a race. That's how you win a race. That's one way. Is my pit strategy. Yep. Coming to the white flag. This is the end. Although I can't quite tell who's in what position. So Jesus Gonzalez is the lap car. So where's the 71 in all this? That's the 70. The 71 is Sheldon Gatineau. So where is he? Ladies and gentlemen, according to the ticker, that is your leader. I should make that clear. According to the ticker, that is your leader. That was a result of pit stops. He is your leader. followed by Drew Foster and Daniel Van Heuley. So that's two New Age Racing Toyotas in the front here in the front row of the grid. And this race will end under caution, which means Sheldon Gatineau is the winner of the Lowe's Father's Day Classic here in Chicagoland. We've seen it all with these finishes, but this is not a winner that we expected. Off of pit stops, coming off of turn number 4 with a caution and the checkered flag. Coming out of Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Sheldon Gatineau, under caution, wins the Lowe's Father's Day Classic. And his pit crew over there in the box celebrating. What a way to win this race. This just doesn't feel real. So these were your official, these are your, yep, if the race is counted official. Oh, that's going to jumble up, that's going to be interesting. The point situation is going to be interesting now. I did not expect this. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me get this clear to you. Let's take a look at your official standings presented by Xfinity, the official timing partner of the Budweiser All-Star Series. Your race winner, under caution, Sheldon Gatineau, with his first win of the season, followed by Drew Foster, who got his best finish of the season, and Daniel Van Heuley, who also got his best finish of the season. That rounds out your top 3. Paul Rivera and Brian Cox round out top 5. James Garcia, Hayden Benning, Chaudhry Bhattacharya, Carter Brown with one of his best finishes of the season, and Byron Martin round out the top 10. Michael Brewer and Dennis Key are the only ones to finish on the lead, are the remaining ones to finish on the lead lap. Jesus Gonzalez, Rick Taylor, Tracy Bennett, Jordan McClure, Ryan Hill, Ryan Apt, Greg Ramirez, Alex McCumber, Travis Creighton, Jake Wild, Miranda Nagayan, Darren Claude, Nicholas Uffelman all round at the top 25 and are the ones finishing a lap down. Sam Fitzgerald finishes 2 laps down, narrowly avoiding a third consecutive last place finish. And Daniel Walker finishes last 4 laps down. And oh my God. That was a hell of a finish to this race, and that was a completely unexpected way to end this race. Why do we have these things right here? Okay, I'll delete that later. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's race. It's been an absolutely bonkers afternoon here on the Prodigy Racing Network, and you have not seen anything yet. Tomorrow tomorrow and Tuesday we're gonna be having a doubleheader with the Toyota World Series. The race at Lime Rock Park, first and foremost, will be at the top of the ticket. However, we do have another one coming in, and that will be the 4th round of the Toyota World Series, coming in from Arena Cafe Norte in Brazil, a custom racetrack. So that should be a very interesting race. And then after that will be on June 28th, will be the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's race. We hope you had an incredible time here on the Prodigy Racing Network. This was your head commentator, Nicholas Koskinen, with the Prodigy Racing Network. Sheldon Gatineau, a upset winner here in Chicagoland, and we'll see you in our next race. Thank you so much for tuning in.